Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel. In this video, I want to talk to you about price action. Because really, there's a thread that really caught my attention, and it has to do with the multiplier effect of in terms of price action for cryptocurrencies once they go parabolic, and the inevitable retracement that follows, which we have seen in this asset class for over a decade now. This is not an unknown for those that are new to the crypto space and don't sufficiently educate themselves. Perhaps you can get caught off guard, but this is something that is known to happen for a number of reasons. There's a frenzy around the asset class, and notably, there's a lack of liquidity, so it doesn't take much for the price to go up or down. There aren't that many actors in the space, and then throw on top of that whales that can manipulate any sort of cryptocurrency due to the lack of liquidity, and you've got yourself essentially the wild, wild west. That's what the crypto world is today. I mean, it was more so even a few years back, but I just say that to illustrate that we're in the nascency of this asset class still, even with it being around for over a decade. That's nothing. So I want to talk about that, and I've also got this piece I'm going to at least briefly touch on from newsbtc.com. XRP enters key accumulation zone as analysts eye move to 28 cents. So we're talking about, in short order, potentially moving up to 28 cents as a little pit stop before taking off in a much more notable way. But before we go any further, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, if you would please ever so delicately tap the like button, I would appreciate it. But don't get all smashy on it. I'm looking at you, Mr. Muscles, over there in the corner, getting ready to do some weird Hulk smash thing. It's unnecessary, uncalled for. And also, I recommend that you go ahead and subscribe to the Moon Lambo channel if you love your mama, because she wants you to be happy. And if you subscribe to the Moon Lambo channel, you will find true happiness. Now, shout out to Johnny, who tagged me in this tweet, which was a quote of me in a video from yesterday. I think it was yesterday. And I said, and this is what he tweeted out, "My bags are packed. At some point, I ask myself if I have a spending problem." And I was referencing how much XRP I've been buying as of late. So I will share with you that I have officially stopped purchasing XRP for now at a minimum. I had been purchasing every single day for a couple weeks, and then on top of that, I've been accumulating for almost 3 years. So I just got to a point where it's like, at some point, I just got to say enough is enough. It's happened here. And so I did set one last stretch goal. And with my last purchase just yesterday, I purchased half of what I need to get to that stretch goal. And if I never complete that, if I have set so many stretch goals, it doesn't even matter. If I don't, I am happy. I'm going to be happy as a clam or a moon lambo, whatever the hell that is. And that's perfectly fine. But I will say this: if XRP gets back to the range of 20 to 21 cents, and I have no idea if it will, but if it does, I'm going nuts. And if I'm so lucky that the stock market collapses again like it did in March, and crypto tanks with it, and XRP goes down to 11 cents, okay, then I will dump every last freaking dime into XRP. Like, that's what I feel like. We'll see how much I actually put in, but I think that I would buy the ever-loving F word out of it. Yeah, I don't curse on this channel. There could be kids in the background. It's for the children's. So I just thought I'd share that. And then there was this funny gift from Lord Sebastian Manlove. Look at this woman trying to pack her XRP bags. It's tough when they're that full, right? And Lord Sebastian Manlove wrote, "Currently standing on my overfull bag trying to close the zipper. Also thinking there's definitely room for one more sock-sized purchase of XRP." Now, mind you, as I'm recording this, XRP is at 24 cents. Bitcoin's at 10,729 with a market cap of 338 billion, and Bitcoin dominance at 58.64%. And here's the thread that really got me thinking. And there's a tweet from my fellow XRP YouTuber, The Bearable Bull. And he wrote, and it's funny, I talked about this just the other day, but he wrote, "It takes 3,110 XRP to be in the top 10% of the new 1%. That's only $750. It takes 82,625 XRP to be in the top 1% of the new 1%. And that's $19,830. And he writes, "XRP can be a vehicle to drive wealth and other entrepreneurial endeavors after everything is said and done. Any XRP is better than none." And one of the comments that I made, in terms of getting to that top 1%, I made the point that people are taking out loans for more than what it costs to be in the top 1% of XRP, and that's a freaking depreciating asset. Your car I mean, you do what you want. It's not like I'm critiquing you or saying you're some bad, stupid idiot or something like that because you have a car loan. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just making the point that it doesn't, in the scheme of things, like I get 20 grand's a lot of money. In the scheme of things, it's not, though. You're spending more on a depreciating asset, right? Think about that. 19,830. You could suck it up, sell the damn thing, even if it's already lost value. If you have if you purchase a car for that amount, and then buy a hoopty, and then plow the rest of the money into it, unless you have negative equity rolled into a car vehicle or something like that. But I'm just saying, do what you want to. And to be clear, I'm not offering financial advice. I don't have a financial background, so don't buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. I'm just sharing with you my everyday Joe Schmo opinion on stuff like this. And this got into an interesting thread where we got into the multiplier effect. Like, what's it look like when XRP goes parabolic? And we already have seen it do that. What's it look like in terms of the multiplier effect? And what does it mean in terms of retracement? What's it going to look like the next time XRP goes parabolic and we just see like XRP price just explode? Well, somebody named KRL, I'm just going to pronounce it Carl. I'm calling him Carl. I don't know. You're Carl right now. It's not going to lie. Oh, actually, I'm sorry. I wanted to DIY investing. I'm sorry. I skipped a step. Retweeted what the Bearable Bull wrote and said, how many of y'all are part of the 0.5% club? Just kidding. Don't really tell anyone how much money you have. Some things are better left unsaid. Yeah, and I think it's unwise to say publicly how much XRP you hold. That makes you a potential victim. People will be targeting you if they know you have a bunch. That's why I never say, because to some it would be a lot, to some it would not be a lot, what I personally hold. And so I'm intentionally ambiguous here. But to be in the top 0.5%, you only need 152,449 XRP. Some people still listening right now have car loans that cost more than that, or paid off cars even that cost more than that. So I'm just saying, just trying to put it in perspective here, because next time the XRP goes parabolic and it's too late, I'm just saying you've got your car which is depreciating, and you could have had XRP. I'm just saying. All right. So anyway, Carl wrote, "Not gonna lie, XRP will never die, but it will never moon. It can only serve its purpose well if it hovers around the same price. XRP is the fiat of crypto land." What? It can only serve its purpose well if it hovers around the same price. That doesn't make any sense, because as far as XRP being used as a bridge currency, you need a sufficient blend of price and liquidity to make it functionally useful for multiple corridors the world over. So we're nowhere near that. And I think as the ecosystem gets built out and Ripple continues to find success, you'll find more institutions and individuals willing to invest in XRP. That's what I'm betting on, right? We'll see if that happens. That is a huge part of the way I think this is going to go. And somebody named Ivor Feline wrote, "Haha, that is what you think. But when the parabolic bull run begins, what crypto do you think everyone is going to be buying a ton of? Probably the one that is less than $1 and is the third most popular, XRP." And there was a lot of discussion. I remember when I entered the world of crypto, late 2017, there were actually a lot of Bitcoin maxis saying that they're just these uneducated people coming in, and the only reason that XRP was pumping is because it looked so cheap and you could buy so many of them and this or that. And even if there is some sort of truth to that, just consider that people are factoring in the total quantity of XRP. The reason that it's number 3 in market cap at such a low price per XRP is because there's a max supply of 100 billion. So you can play it like that, but to me, that just means that you're really trying to, if you're a Bitcoin maxi saying something like that, like I can see what your goal is. The attempt, you're just making it out like, it shouldn't be running up, but it's just because it looks cheap, this or that. I'm like, no. It's number 3 in market cap, or maybe Tether is right now number 3, whatever. But you get what I'm saying. And so people absolutely have factored in the quantity when they're purchasing XRP. They understand how many of these there are, and the market is figuring out. And that's why people today are willing to pay 24 cents roughly for 1 XRP. That's it. If there were less, that price would be a lot higher. So let's not make it out to be something different than it is. And there could be some individuals that maybe don't get it, like, oh yeah, I could purchase a ton. I believe that anecdotally there are some like that, but I still say that there's plenty of evidence, if you just look at the broader scope of the market, that that's not how people are behaving. I don't believe that that's how most people that are here, especially for the long haul, are going to behave. And then Carl came back and wrote, "Everyone might buy a lot of XRP, but Ripple will be selling a lot. In my opinion, it will balance out to an extent. No offense, Carl, but you do not know what you're talking about." And I don't feel like debunking that, other than to say, think about this. XRP went from 20-something cents to almost $4 while Ripple was quote-unquote dumping. How did that happen? They're bad at suppressing the price if you think that's what they're going for. And then somebody named Bitcoin Jedi wrote, the issue with XRP, and this is where we get to some of the meat of it. I like this. The issue with XRP is after it's parabolic, the value drops like a rock in water. It literally has no trust as a store of value. At least if I bought Bitcoin 3 years ago, it'd be above my purchase price. For XRP to succeed, it's going to have to hold its appreciated value better. I firmly disagree with this. In fact, Bitcoin earlier this year in March lost over half of its price value in one day. Over half of it. I'm sorry, is that a store of value? Is that what you're defining as a store of value? But XRP, when it's volatile, it's not? To me, that doesn't make any damn sense right here. And if you look over the scope of this little baby asset class's history over the last decade, Bitcoin has had at least several incidents where it has gone up in price substantially and then retraced anywhere from like 80 to 95%. This is par for the course. Why does this happen? Well, there are a lot of reasons, and I'm not going to make an exhaustive list for this video, but part of it is what I cited earlier, which certainly comes down to there's not that many actors in the space, and there's a frenzy around the asset class, and a lot of people don't know what they're doing, right? Just in general. And it's FOMOing in, and it's panic selling, and then there's whales on top of that. It really is the case that these are some of the major factors, most certainly. So let's not single out XRP and pretend like when it does the same thing that Bitcoin has done for the last decade, somehow it's fundamentally different, especially when you consider that XRP, along with every other altcoin, is simply following the price action in a broader sense of Bitcoin. This is an undeniable truth of life. Now, DIY Investing jumped back in and wrote, XRP did nearly 1000x returns and Bitcoin was 200x. I'd rather get 1000x returns and have it drop 97% in value than hold Bitcoin 200x and still have it drop 70 to 80%. You still make more with XRP. And what he stated there is correct. And, in terms of the percentage of retracement, I do think that you're going to see lower percentages with every additional market cycle with increased adoption of this asset class. It's going to become less volatile. But again, the cryptos that are less liquid, they're going to be more volatile. Think about it. Just think logically through it. If you have a $20 bill, how much money does it take to double that? Well, it just takes one more $20 bill, right? And then you got 40. Like one person could come in and do that, right? But and you can think about the market cap for XRP around 10 billion or so, versus Bitcoin, which what is it at now? Is it around 200 billion? Here, let's look it up. Bitcoin's at 198 billion. Yeah, so let's just round up 200 billion. So 20 times higher than XRP. It's going to be a lot harder for XRP to pump, quote unquote, pump into to that degree because there's not as much money in it, and when there's this much going on, in terms of just figuring out a brand new asset class, it's not surprising to me that when price discovery, cryptocurrencies like XRP enter price discovery, that it's necessary to have large retracements. I fully anticipate this is going to happen again. Some people are going to be buying on the way up, and then it'll crash back down. And then as long as XRP stays around, historically, what's happened is even if you buy at the top, if you hold long enough, then you end up quite well. Historically, you have with Bitcoin, certainly. So we shall see. And then Carl responded, I'd still take Link over XRP. Price discovery starts at $20. DIY Investing wrote, but 100x happens at $1,000 for Link, is what he's talking about, when XRP only has to go to $20. It already peaked at $3.80, so in hindsight, it's a realistic target in my opinion. I personally hold heavy bags of both, so no argument for me, LOL. And I feel like out of the top 10 cryptocurrencies, XRP is probably the most undervalued. That's just my opinion. Again, not buying or selling advice. I'm just sharing an opinion with you. So, my gosh, the multiplier effect is going to be wild when this happens again. That's what I suspect will occur. I don't make price predictions. I don't pretend to know anything for sure, but this is what I'm anticipating. It's part of what makes it fun to have, just to have skin in the game here, and I have substantial skin in the game. I want to briefly touch on this before wrapping up. XRP enters key accumulation zone as analysts eye move to 28 cents. XRP's price action has been rather lackluster as of late, with both buyers and sellers being unable to garner clear control over its near-term trend as it hovers within the mid-20-cent region. The consolidation has largely come about as a result of that seen by Bitcoin, as the benchmark cryptocurrency has also been struggling to gain any clear momentum as its price oscillates between lows of 10,200 and highs of 11,200. Because XRP has been moving in close tandem with Bitcoin and the rest of the market, where it trends next will likely depend largely on whether or not the entire market is able to recapture its bullish sentiment. Well, no arguments there in that the market moves as a whole, even if not down to the second, the minute, the day, so on and so forth, but it does. They have the subheading, though. XRP consolidates its correlation to Bitcoin grows stronger. At time of writing, XRP is trading up over 3% at its current price of 24 cents, which is around the price at which it has been trading throughout the past couple of days. Earlier this week, its price plunged as low as 22 cents before it was able to find any significant support, with bulls stepping up and catalyzing a strong uptrend once this level was reached. Bitcoin aided in its rebound as the benchmark cryptocurrency's push from 10,200 to highs of 10,800 created a tailwind that lifted most other digital assets higher as well. So I appreciate the acknowledgement that Bitcoin is the reason for the rest of the asset class price action. Look, I don't like it, but it is the case in September of 2020. And so they state here, though, an analyst says, strong base of support could catalyze a 20% plus move higher. And here's a quote. Here we go. XRP, the market is overly bearish, but the markets are actually on impressive support zones to accumulate some positions, similar to XRP. And so patience pays. Looking at some longs here, which could be towards 28 cents first in the next month. Hey, I'm going to outpatient everyone else, whatever the hell it takes. But so many analysts, I've been covering them lately, they tend to agree that this is the direction that we're going to be heading in short order, even if there's a double bottom first. Even if you're going to hit that, and then it's like, off to the races. So we shall see if they're correct. I don't pretend to know, but it sure is fun to follow this. I'm an enthusiastic member of the XRP community, damn it. But that's it for this video. I am not a financial advisor. Do not buy or sell anything, because of anything that I say or write, that would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo!